What is up, comic fam, and welcome to the Legion of Comics. It's Tuesday, so that means it's new DC Comic Day. So today we're going to take a look at what came out, what I picked up, and look at what else is coming out this week. But first, check this out. All right, before we go any farther, let's give a big shout out to Big Time Collectibles. It's one of the channel's sponsors. If you're looking for any amazing exclusive retailer variants, making comic book orders before your final order cutoff, or if you're looking for any of those hard to get high-end ratio variants, they got it. They can help you out. Hit up their website. Follow them on social media. All their links are in the description below. All right, so let's get into it real quick. Let's take a look at what came out this week, and it's actually a really small week, which is nice to have every now and then. Those big weeks are always great when you know you're just picking up a huge pile and you got tons of stuff to read, but it's also nice to kind of counterbalance that every now and then. At least I appreciate it. Let's give a big hello to the chat. I see we got some people popping in. Paul Rogers, the owner of my local comic store, the Augusta Book Exchange, and a channel member. We got Lucretius 1971 up in here. We have the List Eman. Hello, hello. Thank you again for that amazing intro that everybody just checked out. Not really new comic book day until Marvel drops. Yeah, I disagree. For me, new comic book day is 48 hours long. It is a huge event. It's up there. Well, grab me that. Here, hand me that. Hand me that. You want some lemonade? Yeah. Give me that and then grab that lemonade cup from right here. Right there. Past it. And Kyle said, hey, Paul, the lemonade's right here, Finn. Just bring me that. Don't let mommy give it to you because she's going to pour it out. But yeah, new comic book day. It's a 2-day event for some. I know there's a lot of people out there that have to wait till Wednesdays for any of their books to drop. But for me, they start falling on Tuesdays and they don't stop falling till late Wednesday evening. So I'm off on Tuesdays. And so this is when I celebrate. Got to get that pink lemonade. The little man's just woke up from a nap. He's sweaty. He's dehydrated. We got to get him back on track because him and I have an appointment with a Super Nintendo and some Power Ranger games after this. So let's see. We got Dales of Suspense up in here. We are Legion. What is up, brother? Hello, Nashvis. How are you today? What is going on? House of L Comics stopped in. Always good to see you. I appreciate it. All right. So, yeah. First off, the first book I picked up, and this is one of those weird weeks where I've actually been able to read everything that came out today. I actually read a lot of it digital before I even got to the shop today. But first one up is Batman issue number 114. This is Peacekeeper X versus Peacekeeper 1. So there's been a lot going on in the Bat books these days. Everyone's aware that Fear State has hit the ground running. It's taking over all the Bat Family titles currently, as well as the main title, obviously. And it's not that great. It's not bad or anything. It's nothing mind-blowing. It's not setting any new bars or anything like that, but I'm definitely ready for it to be over already. Let's see. Try to get these bags and boards up real quick. Yeah, so coming out of last week, we've seen that Simon Saint's kind of cat's out of the bag with a lot of the stuff he was wanting to accomplish. He had these grand plans for Gotham, and it's getting ever harder for him to try to keep the limited power that he has and try to push the plan forward. we saw Peacekeeper 1 lose his mind and everything, and he sent out Peacekeeper X to go bring him back in. So we're supposed to get that confrontation in this one. And I have read this book. It is action-packed. I'll give it that. It was definitely an enjoyable read. I'm still just really excited to get to the Joshua Williamson era already. Paul said, hello, Kyle. It was good to see you earlier today. Next up, Swamp Thing, issue number 8 out of 10 from Rom V. So we've been having this crossover of the Suicide Squad inside of the Swamp Thing books. Where did I just put those boards? I'm losing my mind, y'all. Well, we've had a crossover of the Suicide Squad. They've been sent out to go bring back Swamp Thing or a sample of him for Amanda Waller. And the last couple of issues, it looks like things have been heating up in the swamp. It's been getting a little crazy, and this is supposed to be coming to the head of what's been going on there. So without spoiling anything, it was definitely a good issue. It's continued to be a good book. Another super, super high on my recommendation list. If you're looking for some new books, that'd be an awesome one to try out. It's only 10 issues, so there's 2 issues left to go. Next up, we have. This is my final book for the week. I just have 2 covers for it. This is Nice House on the Lake, issue number 5. So this has been probably like this and Department of Truth are like all the way up there on my excitement list. I've been pumped every week to get my hands on the book when I know it's coming out. It never lets down. It never disappoints. And this was probably my favorite issue yet. It managed to do 2 things really well, and 1 was answer some questions for us, and 2 would be ask even more questions than you had to begin with. So it is just, I don't know, it's a complete hit for me. I can't think of anybody who doesn't want to read this book. I have found people recently who haven't tried it yet, who planned on reading the trade for it, but each week or each month getting to get a few more answers and kind of adding to the mystery has been like the most enjoyable part of it for me. I can't imagine just being able to read straight through this. It's just, you would lose a lot of the appeal like that you have with TV shows when you binge watch them versus watch them on a weekly basis when they come out. I know some people have their preferences, but you lose a lot of the specialness that comes with having to wait, getting to discuss it with people and kind of speculate on what's going to happen next. So it's definitely been a go-to. So that was it for the DC books. But there's definitely more books on my pool for this week. There'll be more books that come out tomorrow that I'm looking forward to picking up. Let's take a look at some of those real quick. Let's see some of them. So ASM 75 is dropping tomorrow. I have not had a chance to read it. Obviously, it comes out tomorrow. But Nick Spencer's off the title. Kelly Thompson's taking over the title. We're supposed to be shifting directions and shifting gears to getting Peter out of the spotlight and bringing Ben Reilly into the spotlight. So I don't know how much of that has to do with just the current direction it was heading to begin with, or if this is actually attached to the Marvel litigation against, I think it's Ditko's estate that's kind of filing legal against Marvel for rights and ownership. I guess you can kind of liken it to how in the front of most any comic that has Superman in it, you see where it acknowledges and credits the Siegel and Schuster families for the creation of Superman. So I'm thinking that they're probably looking for some kind of acknowledgement like that and paycheck like that. If they're earned it or if they're owed it or if it's due to them, I can't really speak on. I'm not them. I know that Ditko himself, I believe, didn't really care or want to actually hold any kind of creator ownership of what he did. He would create it and put it out there for people to have. But I'm definitely jumping on board with Amazing Spider-Man 75. And this Gleason cover is phenomenal. Yet again, the man knocks it out of the park. He brings us a cover that you can get hyped about, that I'm sure it will look good in multiple different color versions. But yeah, I didn't read the Nick Spencer run, didn't care to try to, nothing but negative reviews all around, but I did collect all of those webhead variants. They were amazing. Let's see. E-Man says The Nice House on the Lake I'm looking forward to for sure. Yeah, it is fantastic. Coco loves Chevy up in the chat. What is going on, brother? Are you threatening me? Yeah, okay. I should jump on ASM now that Kelly is writing it. Absolutely. like Brian ordered that cover. I'm sure this is going to be a go-to cover. And I did break down, and I went to that Pat Gleason website and ordered the Virgin variant for it, signed by Pat Gleason. I have the ASM 50, the first iteration of the webhead cover. I have that in a signed copy. So that's the blue one. And being this one's already blue, I figured it would kind of go together. I'm trying not to open up the full can of worms and get all the different variants they do, but I don't know. Once I kind of start, it's hard to stop. Also, Marvel Dark Ages issue number 2 comes out. That first one was a blast. Tom Taylor's writing that. And this second one is just as good, if not better. Like, it's going in a really great direction. The pacing's awesome. It's kind of cool. We're getting another post-apocalyptic type thing. It's almost like the Marvel version of Deceased, but without zombies. It's got its own thing, but not zombies. Let's see, we got Mighty Morphin number 12 coming out. This issue, I do get early access to the Mighty Morphin stuff, and this issue was absolutely phenomenal. This series has just taken a leap into territory that I never expected, and mainly into territory of like quality increasing. Like, it's always just like you always expect it to be so good, and your nostalgia has to fill in the rest of it, which is normally not hard at all. But at this point, it is just amazing. Every issue is just continuing to blow me away. See, Spencer's run was rough. Yeah, that's what everyone says. Yeah, I'm going to go down that rabbit hole, I'm sure. But I'm going to try to stay ahead of the curve, and that way the rabbit hole isn't as expensive as it can get. Yeah, definitely pick up Dark Ages 2, Coco. Like, it's really good. Let's see, Last Flight Out comes out this week as well. That first one was really cool. More than anything, I appreciated how well together the book was put, like how well the writer worked with the artist, the panel work and everything. The dialogue was smooth. It was just one of the smoothest comic experiences I had. And the second issue, it holds true to that, and I enjoyed it. It was cool. So, final book that I'm picking up this week for certain will be The Cimmerian Beyond the Black River. So, if a lot of people don't pick this book up, I'm very aware of that, but I do. This is like the only Conan title I look forward to every month. And Ablaze is just going back to the original short stories and just putting them in comic book format. And some of them are great, some of them are good, and every now and then I think one's been just okay. But I really enjoy them overall. They kind of lean real heavy into the edginess of it, but it was really cool. Let's see. We got a sneak peek of Tom Taylor's Dark Ages 2 yesterday when Instagram was down. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know how you did that, but I was able to read it today, and it was really good. What's going on, everyone? What is going on, Robert? Flash 6792 is in the house. I haven't read this one. We're talking about the Cimmerian or Last Flight Out, Coco, but both of them are pretty good. Like, I wouldn't really suggest a Cimmerian to anyone. It's your personal taste is going to have to have a lot to do with it. I enjoy Conan stuff, and this is just really fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to keep this short, keep it digestible, and a replay. And plus, I have a date with a Super Nintendo and a 3-year-old. So I'm really looking forward to just hopping off here and hanging out with my mans. But like I said, that's pretty much it from it for today. See if I can't fix this camera. And I do want to give a big shout out real quick to the Augusta Book Exchange, my LCS, the place where I pick up all my new Comic Book Day books. And I do want to say thank you to all the channel members, over 42 members strong. I cannot thank you all enough. And definitely appreciate every single one of you. And if you have not, if you did not know, but the channel membership is now live, where you can join to get exclusive access to interactive things on the channel, like loyalty badges and custom emojis, as well as perks like an entry into the monthly Legion loot that they'll be sponsored by Big Time Collectibles. So definitely consider joining the channel if you haven't already. And that's pretty much it for this week. So yeah. So until next time, guys, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.